What to do when I don't feel accepted? Hey, Gosia, sociologist and psychotherapist, and today from the nature, the least judgmental environment of all. What to do when I don't feel accepted? And because around people in all our social groups, whether digital or physical, we might feel sometimes that we don't fit, or that we seem to do something to put people off. And depending on your personality type and level of wounding, it might touch you more or less, but it still somehow it gets to us when we feel we are not accepted, like people don't like us, they criticize us, or we basically don't fit that particular group. What should I do? Should I find another one, or should I fight for my place in this one? And often people that were hurt by other previous partners, or in their childhood by demanding parents or narcissistic parents, they might feel like they ought to try harder and harder. And sometimes it is a very toxic loop for a person, because it means endless struggle, and it means internal conflict and feeling of unappreciation, feeling of being awkward all the time, not being able to do things right. And that's obviously it's a recipe for a very sad life. And so I want to give you a few ideas what to do. And it is based on my theoretical knowledge, also practical experience. And it is basically two-way perspective, as usual, looking inside and looking outside. Inside is asking yourself why I want to fit, why I want to be accepted. What are the reasons I want to be accepted by particular these type of people, this group? Do they remind me of somebody? Maybe they remind me of somebody that hurt me in the past, and since it didn't work out in this relationship with them previously, I want to work out in that particular scenario. So to almost redeem myself in the context of the previous failure. And that's very interesting self-awareness exercise, because it shows us that we are not a blank page in each moment. We are kind of the continuation of our journey from the past now, and that we are constantly evolving, and we are product of what Buddhists like to call the karma, which is a cause and effect. We did something in the past and it continues now as a result of it. And it's not about the fate, it's not about paying debt from your previous sins, it's just about looking about the cause and the result. So if we still try to win people that in the past hurt us, maybe it's time to look from a different perspective, not to try the same thing. As Einstein said, that doing same thing is just a madness when you expect different results, but to try to look at the internal wound. I want to win them because it hurts not to get their approval in the past. So right now maybe it's time to look for self appreciation of either that particular qualities that they were not approved by these people, or holistically, I'm actually okay person and I'm good enough, I'm good for myself, and I'm sure that there are people that will appreciate that, exactly these qualities in me. So that was the internal perspective. The external one is actually good to look around at that people. Is it really worth to be accepted by them? Do they represent values and qualities I truly value, I truly look up to or identify with from the level of my ideas? Or maybe they are just very popular, or maybe there are people that I can, I don't know, count on in terms of my financial opportunities. And then it's of course up to you to decide whether you want to pursue them or not. But then it's again the insight why it is worth or not to be approved by them and to make the right call. And so again, there are always two sides of it, and of course, because these two are depend on our choice. So whether we really want to be accepted by that particular group or person because of our own needs, internal needs, external needs. So it's good to see the true motivation of ours, so because that depends on us. And the other side of the story is others also still can have their own right to accept us or not, depending on their either rational or irrational decisions, factors that we have really no power over. So it's also good to let it go in terms of leaving it up to them to decide ultimately if they are to accept us or not. And if the outcome of that dynamic is still sad or hurtful, maybe it's also good to let the whole situation dissolve and to really find another circle of friends. And because often the situation like that, there are also lessons to show us maybe we're going the wrong direction. It's nothing wrong in trying few times because something didn't work out. But if something does not work out for long enough, maybe it is a good idea to evaluate overall, am I going the right direction?